You are already the wish fulfilled. What most people operate from is I need a partner. I need a lover. I need the money. I need the client. Flip the script. You are the wish fulfilled. You are walking prosperity, remembering that you are already abundance, dreaming that you're not. That's what this is, this dream that we're having in this illusion of time and space. You're dreaming that you're not the abundance. Remember that you are already the wish fulfilled. So what does that mean? You are someone's wish fulfilled in a partnership. You are the wish fulfilled in your business. That's how the dream client finds you, okay? You are the walking wish fulfilled. How does it feel? Maybe even just take a moment right now to tap into how does it feel for you to be the wish fulfilled? How does it feel for you to be walking in a reality that is already the wish fulfilled? How does it feel to be on the other side of the manifestation? This is how you do the work of raising your vibration to making the unseen seen. And it takes repetition. It takes repetition. You know, a lot of people say like, oh, if everyone can manifest, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, everyone is always doing it all the time. We're just not taught that we are, because many people don't want you to know how insanely freaking powerful you are. Okay. But it's the same as like once people do kind of wake up to it, and not everyone putting in the work to practice raising their vibration, to practice understanding that they're the wish fulfilled, to practice that they are already in a sense of wholeness. And there's so much being thrown at you in this matrix to make you forget that. So this does take discipline. It's the same as like everyone knows they could go to the gym, but not does everybody go to the gym? No. Everybody doesn't go to the gym. Right? Everyone knows they should be meditating, blissing the fuck out, but we don't. We go back into the victimhood. We go back into the fake dopamine spikes. We go back into the illusion. We go back into I'm not powerful. This is the year it's like I'm at a milestone of understanding my powerful ability to create. I'm at a milestone at making this shit switch up. I cannot tell y'all how much, some of you guys know my story, moments where I was just like, watch how fast I make all this shit change. When I was wiping ass working at the assisted living during COVID, I was like, watch how much I'm going to switch my reality around. But thank you, God, that I'm here. I'm going to own that this is my reality. Thank you, God, for having me learn from the elders and be of service to these people. And that is another huge thing when you stop judging your reality and you are present and you own that it's all there for you. It's all for your highest good. This is a loving, benevolent universe. This is a daily practice. This is part of the discipline as well in owning your power and self-mastery. Okay? And the thing is too, that's how you transcend fear. That's how you transcend fear. When you own it and you say, this is so beautiful how this is working out. I love watching the movie of my life unravel. I love watching the movie of my life unravel. I love understanding that, yeah, one time I did go into the pits of hell, but I am slingshotting out of it. Right? Because that's how strong of a soul you are. And so how else do we overcome and transcend fear? One, understanding that it's your ego's creation. It's an illusion. And then we embody the state of mind that it presents itself in the reality of the solution is solved. The solution is solved, which is also, again, owning that whatever is there in your reality that you don't prefer is still for your expansion. That's how contrast works. That's how duality works. When you get really good at being an alchemist, understanding your power as a divine creator, understanding that this whole crazy human experience is a setup for you to return back to you, to source. You judge nothing. There's nothing to fear. Okay? Another thing too is understanding perception is creation. Perception is creation. So there's a Wayne Dyer quote, when you change the way you're looking at things, the things you're looking at changes. When you change the way you're looking at things, the things you're looking at changes, right? Let me catch up with the chat. I legit on the Taurus full moon. I said I'm gonna do it, afraid because I know I can do the thing immediately. I felt my nervous system relax. On the Cancer full moon, I said, don't know the way, but universe, I trust you to lead me through an instant relief. Yeah, this is, if you can learn how to self-soothe your nervous system. So much of this work, y'all, is really deeply connected to the nervous system. Staying calm. Staying calm. I'm not giving in to the false appearing real. I trust. And if you can even embrace the moments that feel like darkness or stillness and understand that's part of the creation process. So our ego thinks that we're here to get the manifestation, get the manifestation, get the manifestation, which that is part of it. Your soul knows that the manifestation that you really want is the journey, the experience of going from the illusion of disempowerment to empowerment. You're actually here just to watch the unfolding and to allow yourself to be carried. Allow the good to come in. Allow it to work out. Own your story. And again, that goes back to appreciating your gifts. Are you judging your story? Do you think your story is less than? Do you think people that you see online, whoever that you pedestalize, do you think that they're better than you? You're not in your source power. You're not seeing your life the way source sees you. Source sees you as a powerful, loved, adored, infinite being with a beautiful story, an amazing story that you created, by the way, that your higher self created. Judge none of it. Have compassion for the struggle. But when you really own your power, this goes back to not always needing things outside of you. You don't have to listen to 500 million people online every day. You listen to yourself. You trust yourself. You spend time in solitude speaking to source. You trust source. A lot of you don't fully believe that source is really listening or with you. How can you amp up that trust? How can you really deepen your connection to Father, Mother, God, to your angels, where you know without a shadow of a doubt, Source has my back. Source never lets me down. And a lot of this comes back to quieting the noise. It really dysregulates us. It really does. Okay? Me stepping into my new role, I've legit had people I know tell me it's not possible, and I've been doubling down and saying that's wrong. Most people, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of the population is asleep at the wheel. Do those people love their life? Do those people feel free? Do those people feel empowered? Do those people really truly know what's possible for them? I'm not saying this to shame them or be mean, but most of the population is asleep at the wheel. A lot of the population is not ready to let go of the programming. There's actually a quote from the Matrix. Oh man, I don't want to butcher it, but it's something like, most people will not only be asleep, but they will also fight for the Matrix. They will defend the Matrix. They will defend it because that's how deep in the programming they are. They will fight for their own enslavement. Let's talk money manifestation. The fun stuff, because more than anything, what I want is money in the hands of the right people. I want money in the hands of the soul-led, beautiful people, the souls out there meant to do good with money. What I really want to get into with this is understanding that one big thing we need to let go of when it comes to calling in money is we need to let go of cognitive dissonance. So what is cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance is when essentially you're sending the universe mixed signals. So, and a lot of us do this subconsciously. So we'll say, I want money. I really do want money, but I'm bad with money. I don't trust myself with money. Or I really want money, but look at all the bad people with money. Look at all the billionaires that are horrible with money. Mixed signals. You're not a vibrational match to receiving abundance. Okay? Or I really want the money. I really want the prosperity, but Why does that person have all the money and I don't? Mixed signals, cognitive dissonance. And this goes back to being in your own world, y'all. I don't mean having like your head under the sand and ignoring all the suffering in the world. That's not what I mean. But I mean, get really clear on how it feels to be in that energy of the money is just coming in and I feel so good that I'm the one that gets to have it. I feel so deserving of this. Do you guys want to know one of the biggest things that has been coming up in my one-on-one discussions lately? One of the like biggest subconscious blocks that has been coming up around money, and it tells me this is how deep the programming is around money. It's this idea of I'm scared what people will think if I have money. Isn't that so interesting? I'm scared of what people will think if I have money. Who is she to have all that money? Who does she think she is? She's supposed to be spiritual. She's supposed to be this. Who is she to have that money? I want y'all to know something. People are going to judge you if you have money. People are going to judge you if you don't have money. Which experience do we want? Money is not bad. Money is not evil. Money is neutral. Money expands who you are. If you are a greedy person that wants to exert power over others, money will expand that. If you are a loving person that wants to give more to people, money will expand that. Okay? And that's why you guys have heard me say it a million times, one of my favorite mantras, the more I receive, the more good I do in the world. The more I receive, the more good I do in the world, the more I can give, the more I can donate, the more I can do giveaways in the Cosmic Variety Academy, right? Those are things I love doing. I wouldn't be able to do the free giveaways, have free sessions, send boxes in the mail, pay for guest speakers at my Oracle. I wouldn't be able to do that unless I received money. The version of me that was broke on food stamps, she couldn't do that. You've got to let go of any shame you have around having more. This is deeply subconscious. A lot of us are probably like, no, I do want the money. I don't care what people think. Take time to sit with this for a few days. Is there a part of you that's scared to be different from people? Because again, a lot of the population is clinging to their suffering. They're clinging to their lack. They're clinging to their victimhood. We have to be in our power. We have to trust ourselves to do the right things with the abundance. So again, where do we have cognitive dissonance? Where are we telling the universe, I want money, but then we're reading 20 news articles a day about how bad billionaires are. Do you see how you are sending mixed signals to the universe? Money is not bad. It's a greedy energy, exerting power over others, not caring about the collective. That's lower vibrational. And it's very sneaky how like, I don't want to go like the dark, but it's very sneaky how it works because it'll do things like that to make you want it, but repel it. Where do you feel shameful about having more? Where do you feel shameful? Where do you downplay your prosperity? Where do you downplay how good life is becoming free? Where do you downplay that? It's time to stop. That's empowerment. When you do it from a place of integrity, from a place of love, people feel that. There won't be anything to judge. And if people judge you anyways, let them. Let them. It's still for their betterment to see someone in their integrity, in their prosperity, in their abundance. If they're ready, they'll do the work and they'll sit with, why am I triggered? Let me investigate why I'm triggered and do away with this. Wait, Caitlin says, for me, it's regarding people from my hometown, but I'm trying to work through that. Let me tell you, the people from your hometown will be the people later cheering you on and being like, damn, I wish I did that. You'll be an inspiration to them. People are ready for your message more than you think. People are more ready to see you win more than you think. Focus on that. Focus on how everyone in your reality wants you to win. Tell that story. It exists. There are infinite timelines. Do you not think that there's a timeline where you are loved on, adored, and supported? That is how Source sees you. That's how your guides, your angels see you. You don't think you can have a reality that looks like that, that mirrors that? But you've got to walk in that embodiment. You've got to feel it. You've got to know that you're deserving of that love and admiration. There's nothing wrong with receiving that. You deserve a reality that feels nurturing and supportive, and people are cheering you on as you're being your loving self that's full of integrity and fun and bliss. Reflect that back to others. That's what all this work is. Shay said, I don't have a fear of failure itself. I'm okay with that because I know I'll succeed no matter what. But the fear of others seeing me fail in real time is a different story. The fear of others seeing you fail in real time is, but why? See, the thing is, don't see anything as a failure, right? There are no problems. There is no failure. So that's reverting back into the lack paradigm. The truth is that every step, every action you take is all beautiful progress. It's all self-empowerment. Are you saying, and this is our egos, right? Where it's like, oh, I posted and it's 2 likes. That's a failure. Everyone's going to see that I posted and I got 0 likes. As an example. Okay. Well, that's all our ego. And that's also part of the process. You got to show up. You got to show up in order to learn about yourself, in order to experiment and try and get better. And so who gives a fuck what anyone has to say about that? And why is that a failure? Why is showing up and having fun, going for your dreams, and because it doesn't get the validation that your ego wants right now, why is that a failure? But there is no failure. Let go of that idea. There is no failure. There is no failing in front of others. There's only reflecting back the essence of you, the essence of God. That's it. What about shedding shame, guilt of past mistakes? Will you own that nothing was a past mistake? Everything has been for your highest good. Everything has been divinely ordained for your expansion. So what is there to shame? Nothing. Nothing.